Then she asked me how I felt in that house. And I waited for the word to come, and I thought for sure it was going to be peaceful. I thought it was going to be free. I thought finally, after everything I had been through, that I was going to use the word happy. But all I said was unfulfilled. And I sat there completely shocked at my own answer. But let me back up and tell you how I got there. I think women, especially a lot of women who are very gentle, very loving, very generous, only end up feeling happiness and joy by seeing their loved ones happy. By doing things for people they love and experiencing the joy through watching them experience it. And for a long time, that really feels like enough. It feels beautiful, actually. It feels like purpose. But here's why it's worth examining. Because life has seasons, and there are chapters where the people that you've been pouring into aren't there anymore. A partner leaves, sometimes by choice, sometimes not. Friends drift, kids grow up and leave the nest. We lose our parents. Sometimes you look up midlife and just realize that life got so busy that you're more alone than you thought you would be. That happened to me as a single mom, but my young children needed me and gave me purpose. But something I've had to face this year is that if you've only found joy through other people's happiness, what happens when those people aren't there anymore? And I think this is why empty nesters struggle so much. It's not just that the kids are physically gone, it's that the primary source of your joy just walked out the door to college. And you knew it was coming, but you didn't know you would feel this lost. I didn't understand any of this so deeply until I was on a Zoom with my therapist. My dad was sick. I was spread so thin, taking care of everybody around me. So she asked me to do something that seemed so simple. She just said, "Tell me what you want your life to look like, Jessica." So I told her about this little house that I had seen for sale in Florida. It was blush pink and white inside. It was clean. It was quiet. It was so beautiful. It was close to Disney World, had palm trees, a covered patio, and in my picture the house was peaceful and beautiful, and there was nobody there. No kids needing anything, no dad in the hospital, no one calling my name, no obligations, just me. She asked me to close my eyes, and I usually know that that's when our session is going to get good. She asked me to picture myself there in that house, and she asked how I felt in it. And I took a breath and waited for the word to come. I thought it was going to be peaceful. I thought it was going to be free. I thought finally, after everything I was going through, that I would say the word happy. But I said the word unfulfilled. And I sat there completely shocked by my own answer. Then I opened my eyes and I looked at her on that screen and I could see it on her face. She wasn't surprised. She looked like she had just watched something click into place. Like she already knew why before I did. And then she asked me a question I've not been able to stop thinking about since. She said, "Who is Jessica? Not what you do for people, not what you're proud of, not what you have survived. Who are you when nobody needs anything from you?" And I opened my mouth to answer because I know who I am. I'm someone who knows herself. I've done the work. I have a strong moral compass. I'm proud of the life I rebuilt. I'm proud of the mother I am. I am a generous friend. When someone needs something, I'm there. I'm someone who showed up for her father every single day when he was dying and held his hand. And I know exactly who I am. Except every single answer I had was about what I do for other people. Every single one. I tried again, and I kept reaching for something that was about me, that wasn't a role and wasn't a relationship and not something I'd done for someone else. And I couldn't find it. And that's when it hit me that every moment of joy that I have felt in a very long time has come through someone else. My kid's face on Christmas morning, my dad comfortable and not in pain, a friend who needed me and I dropped everything to be there. All moments where someone I love was happy because of something I did. Joy came in, but it always passed through service first. And I couldn't really give her one sentence in that moment, not the way she wanted me to answer it. Now, I want you to know that I am not sad about any of this. I am not sitting here telling you that being a loving, generous, caring woman is something to be ashamed of. It's one of the things that I am most proud about myself, and I would not trade it. But I think a lot of us, especially Gen X women, who were raised to take care of everybody, who built their identity around showing up for the people they love, a lot of us have not asked the question in a long time. And I think for some of us, by the time we think to ask it, We're already in a season of deep grief, where the people we used to pour into aren't around the way they used to be. And that's when it gets hard. So this is me asking the question now, while I still have time to find the answer. I spent years in my survival era just getting through, just holding everything together, and I did amazing things with my kids. I built a childhood for them when I was in survival mode. Then I spent years in my healing era, doing the work, deconstructing, facing the hard things, and then putting myself back together. And now I want to be done surviving, and I'm mostly done healing. I'm ready to build. One thing I've been discovering is that I experience the world through my senses. For so many years, I was so busy taking care of everybody else, I stopped paying attention to what made me feel alive. Now I'm noticing the things that light me up. A sunset, walking barefoot in the grass, hearing the birds outside, feeling the sunshine on my face, being at the beach or in the snow or under a soft blanket with a warm cup of tea in my favorite mug listening to the rain. I think this is also one of the reasons that I've always loved the Disney parks so much. It's one of the few places where I stop thinking about everything I have to do, and I just experience the moment. And I thought it was just a place we had fun, but it's so much more than that. As I've been discovering what makes me feel alive, I realize that I haven't actually used any of that knowledge to design my life. I haven't chosen where I want to live or how I want my home or my yard to feel based on what fills my soul. For so long, my decisions were centered around everyone else. I don't even like the color that we painted our house. Someone else picked it, and I've been living with it for almost 15 years, and they're not even here anymore. So maybe that's what this season is really about, because once you learn what fills you, you can finally build a life that reflects it. So this is my building era. And this right here is where it all starts. I'm making small discoveries about myself. Now I know myself well enough to know that I'm probably not going to sell everything and move across the country into a peaceful little condo next to Disney World. Although, never say never. But I do know this. I want to build a life alongside of my children, and someday my grandchildren, not take away from them. This isn't my selfish era. That's not what this is about. This is my building era. Part of what I'm building is a life that reflects what I've learned about myself. A life that includes the things that fill me, not just the things that are expected of me. And I know that taking care of people will probably always be a part of who I am. I don't ever want to lose that. I just don't want it to be the only thing that makes me feel alive anymore. Maybe that's my challenge to you this week. What fills you? And if you do know the answer, have you actually built a life that reflects it? If not, then maybe this is your building era too.